I'm sorry. I was sitting here the whole time. Oh, I was sitting here the whole time. And it would behoove you to know that I was sitting here the whole time. Hi, fam. Hi, fam. Hey, guys. Hey. Hi. Hi. As you can see, I got a new venue. I'm gonna be switching back and forth from them, so you guys just can have the progress with it. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Who is here right now? I see 13 people, so probably. Hi, Laura Death. Malachi's chilling like a villain, so don't worry. Hey, Christina. Hi, Auntie. Hey, everybody. Hi. Sorry, I was checking my thing. I was trying to post your challenges, but it's not going to work the way that we need to. Hi, Big Hat. Hi, Lisa. Hey, everybody. So I just wanted to come live and say good morning. It's September 1st, 2023. So it's important for us to regard the information that we're going to be working on over the next 30 days. It's also very important for you to know your girlfriend is about to show up every day, including day one. This is prep week. We were getting ready with it. The material that I put up on the Constitution, that'll be going over today. You also have the material for holistic health on what you're supposed to be putting in your body, the food you're supposed to be consuming. But we're going to be going live just like this on a daily basis for the next 2 weeks. Can everybody put 2 weeks in the comment section? So around 11 and 12, you will be hanging out with me. Hey, Mega. You will be hanging out with me. The Zoom calls have been set up. I'm going to be sending out the links for anybody who messages me about the book clubs. The book clubs are going to include the Caliban, the Holy Bible, the Quran, the Torah, both the Old Testament and the New Testament, the translations, as well as the historical text behind it. The second thing that I need to let you guys know is your sister did it. We did it. We did it. I created a podcast, and that podcast is going to be connected to Patreon. That podcast is going to be taking place on a weekly basis, so no matter what you miss, there will be an area that you guys can just plug me in your ear, and 110% just listen to that. It's on Spotify under Let's Be Clear Cosmo. I'll send out the link as soon as all of that is done so that you guys can also go over your lives. You're about to get a shit ton of material thrown at you, so we have to practice it daily. I'm an entrepreneur. Please put a 1 on the comment section if you know that. The way I wake up and go to sleep is very different than a lot of you guys. And I think I need to lead by example. So I'm going to start doing Get Ready with me. And they're not going to really necessarily be on TikTok. There's going to be TikTok videos and then Patreon videos that I make on TikTok. It's private on TikTok. And I upload onto Patreon. Please put a yes or no in the comment section if that's okay. I gotta a lot of the material I'm putting on TikTok is for y'all. And I get that, but there's a lot of longer material that's on Patreon that's not conducive to your time. So I'm going to start pulling videos and putting it up. Jade said mine is delayed. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you can see me or if it's delayed. Ooh, Jade, maybe try refreshing my love. Cool. Okay, so a couple of household rules. There is a bunch of you guys currently, there are a bunch of you guys taking the opportunity of sharing your businesses in the Let's Grow Business Discord. I'm going to open that up to everybody. That should have been opened up to everybody, but now I see that's opened up to certain tiers. That should be available for the $1 and $3 tier because money doesn't tell you how well somebody's business is doing. Integrity does. So with that being said, if you are currently going to promote your business and your business has to do with substances or food or anything along those lines, can we all put a heart in the comment section if we can agree? Please make sure you put receipts or where they came from so we don't have to assume. I see that a lot of family members are sending out seeds and things that are food related, and I think that's great. I also think that is hella fucking dangerous. And that's just coming from me. I don't want to stop the groove. I just want to make sure we're making a place that's conducive where everybody can find the information. So if you are going to promote a product, you better promote that product. It better have receipts. It better have standing. It better have everything behind it. We better know where those seeds came from. We better know where those crystals came from. All of the above. Because if you're not asking people if they have allergies, you're not asking. We just need to be very, very clear. If it has anything to do with food, drugs, or anything in between, we need to make sure we're backing that with receipts. If everybody can put a 1 in the comment section, that's a house rule we'll all agree on. Everybody knows you're not supposed to be posting between 5 a.m. or I mean before 5 a.m. and after 11 p.m. Some people gotta sleep, baby, and that's Eastern time, so that's even pushing it because that means a lot of people on the other side of the world they might be currently tuning in during the middle of the night. But I just want to make sure we're practicing safe maneuvers. Okay. Second thing is, your girlfriend was right. I love Patreon so much because I can come up here and tell the truth. But if nobody saw that Bitcoin fell to 25.7, ciao. There's been a bunch of people currently right now that's taking the opportunity of missing a very, very, very key thing that we're doing within the market. And the key thing that we're doing within the market is called gentrification. Can everybody put gentrification in the comment section? Hey JC, and again, I see JC in the comment section. If you have a business or a business card, please post it. Market, because the more people who currently come in here might need your help, and I would rather us resource within each other than reach out to strangers. You feel me? Just saying. So gentrification is when the rich come in and they push out all the poor. Now, pushing out the poor might look at like something like raising the housing prices or the rent, and that derivative, it consequently regards or looks like people taking the opportunity of losing their houses, losing their mortgages, losing their apartments, losing the places of rents and all that in between. But what people were missing is that at some point that has to stop. And I don't mean as, we have to stop politically. No, they physically have to stop that, because if we actually allow it to go to the 1% and they took over all of the property, nobody would have a place to live. Does everybody understand that? If we actually allowed for capitalism to capitalize, the reason why you've never seen it happen in full totality is because if we did, it would actually take the people who were good at business and allow them to actually expedite the situation. But they would also take the opportunity of making sure there was nothing left for anybody but a certain niche. And that's important for us. Like, there's not people that are, normal people are not buying Teslas. Normal people are not buying tickets to go on SpaceX. Normal people are not buying land or buying areas or assets outside of Amazon and starting to do franchises or anything in between. So we need to pay attention to that part. When I say that if you pay attention to where the rich is going, the niching down is an important part when it comes to our economy. They niche down in areas to make sure that they can take the opportunity of promoting high ticket items to the people that will buy it, and then promoting low ticket items to the people that will consume it. Put a 1 in the comment section if that makes sense. That's your Dolce & Gabbana versus Walmart. That's your Target versus Gucci. Nobody said that these products were, somebody will take the opportunity 110% and say that these products are authentic. They're made outside of sweatshops. They're not authentic. It took more labor to make it. And the labor that it took to make it was westernized. I mean, the richest people in the world are like L'Oreal, the woman that owns that company, and a lot of people seem to disregard that. It's the fashion companies, Balenciaga, all that good stuff. So when we're sitting here and mentioning it, and then people are letting it go, just obsolete, it's something that we need to pay attention to. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. What I really wanted to say was gentrification. We're about to see an exodus of people currently say, oh my God, I lost my house. Oh my God, I lost my job. It took place last year around this time period, both in the middle of July and in the middle of August, and then at the end of September and in the beginning of October. People were losing their jobs, people were quitting, there were layoffs, and then people were losing their housing. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you remember that. And it was like a domino effect. And it literally spread across the entire nation. It didn't stop for about 5 months. Ooh-wee. You're probably like, what's the point in trying to take the housing? In order to make sure that you have assets in your family and you're not relying on people to tax it, so that you steal 28% of it, like the fucking queen, excuse my French, of England. That's what taxation without representation means. So they're still upholding that taxation without representation. It's just so that much different that you don't understand it. As long as we are on a debt system, they will be able to uphold that. If you take into consideration, yes, P, Do you think it has some to? Oh, so you don't have to say P on here, Dub. Love you to the moon and back. All of y'all should only be here. Do you think it has something to do with purging before last quarter for these huge companies? I think it has something to do with yes, liquidation. When companies have too much inventory or they have things that currently are not selling, similar to your clearance rack on in Walmart or in Target, most companies have what they call liquidation. You'll see it with mattress shops a lot or furniture stores. They'll put all up in their windows. We're leaving, 70% off, liquidation, liquefying everything. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you know what I'm referencing. Yeah, 110%. With the banks, because the banks, so what happened was that Zillow and a couple of Malachi, come here, you little oompa loompa. Zillow and a couple of other entities that were not the banks during the time period in the last 6 to 7 years started buying the houses. They were subdevelopers. Subdevelopers are people who buy subdivisions. And what will end up happening, that's 2 to 3 to 4 houses, or it's a business or a commercial building or something along those lines. And then they'll take the opportunity of getting it the way that they want to and deciding who they can rent to rather than trying to incorporate or diversify what they currently are offering, which is stupid, I know. But that's why the rich, they're never really able to finish this shit on their own, okay? They always call for help. Put a 1 in the comment section if that makes sense. No matter if the rich makes it seem like they can figure it out, they wouldn't be able to start their own gardens. They wouldn't be able to build their own land. They wouldn't be able to wipe their own ass. They wouldn't be able to start all over it. They wouldn't be able to take care of the land or the agriculture. They wouldn't be able to build a house. They wouldn't be able to maintain a home. And they wouldn't be able to have a governance. And that's just facts. That's why anywhere there's a king and a queenship, you have another government. Literally. England, Italy, it don't matter. Damn near all Commonwealths, Solomon Islands, the Tonga Islands, like it don't matter. Literally. And sometimes we gotta hop into the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty. And that's something about the nitty gritty with it. So you're probably like, why are we talking about this internet? Why would this be of any relevance? Everybody put election in the comment section. This is Patreon, so I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, and whoever feels different about it, please make sure you provide your receipts, because I love having an open conversation, but I hate being on edge. Like, being on edge makes me upset, so I want to be very articulate about what I'm about to convey. There is always riots around election time. Have you ever seen a riot when people experience food shortages, work shortages, and they think that they're experiencing a medicine shortage? You know, the riots that take place right before World War I and World War II. You know, I literally unplugged Google, Jade. I ain't even cap. Jade was talking about Alexa. For anybody and everybody that missed it, wasn't it called the Roaring 20s? What? Like, what? No. We went into a depression, like a mini depression. We immediately started fighting each other. There were many wars that took place worldwide. Are we in a situation where there are many wars taking place worldwide? Are there many wars taking place in Mexico? Are there many wars taking place in Argentina, Venezuela, and Brazil? Are there many wars taking place outside of Moldova, Romania, and La Otra? Are there many wars taking place in different areas of Africa? Wars we may not comprehend, but wars that are definitely in existence. These wars originated during the time period of World War I and the ramifications of World War II. Unfortunately, my loves, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But if anybody tried to look us in our face and say, this is not the generation that will experience a world war, I would call cap. It's only the baby boomers. Because the baby boomers are the ones that had to deal with the ramifications and consequences of those economic shifts. And I don't mean baby boomers are to blame, because not all baby boomers currently were taking the opportunity of giving orders. A lot of them were drafted. After that, a lot of them kind of had to make do with what was going on. And so for anybody and everybody that's missing what I'm putting down, all of your wars, the most significant wars that we've ever experienced since the Civil War, they have 110% picked up the pace. And out of all the countries on this planet, I am so sorry to say, any politician, any political scientist, any philosopher, anybody who has ever studied war and genocide will tell you straight to your face that every country has a civil war almost every 250 years. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you've ever heard that. Bro, I'm shaking in my boots. Okay, so the Civil War in the United States of America took place in 1861 to 1864. And y'all, we not playing no more games. I need everybody to write down these dates. Everybody about to be educated after this month. When we come to conversations, everybody's gonna know this. Because when I get my live back next week, guess who's hosting lives on Friday? You are. Guess who's taking over the profile? You are. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired. So we're gonna share the load, okay? Your profiles are gonna get up there. My profiles are gonna get up there. But the people that are gonna be in my boxes are Patreon members. It don't make sense to have strangers in. The only people that would be able to converse are the people that trust each other in a safe space. Amen. So for anybody and everybody that's missing what I'm putting down, put a yes or no in the comment section if you are aware. If Joe Biden is almost 80, right? And this is 2020? 2020. Joe Biden was born during the time period of World War II. No? The 7th youngest senator in American history of all time. Nancy Pelosi is actually 82. So she was actually born right before that bitch started. She grew up in the families that grew up with the mindsets and the stories of this is the way of life. And unless you teach an old dog new tricks, I mean, that's the only way of life that they know. I.e. this. Why would Nancy Pelosi take the opportunity of making investments and then take the opportunity of not seeing how it's a conflict of interest that she's currently also sitting on boards that are controlling those investment bills? Why would the congressional hearings that currently are taking place in front of everybody actually be a rip for Ralph going back and forth between Republicans and Democrats? It's theater. The only thing that's not theater in this entire thing is war. When the Greeks started practicing demokrasia, they actually did a lot of theater and they acted out a lot of their things to make sure people understood, and they made visits every day. And for anybody and everybody that missed it, I need you to understand that they didn't have rights for women. And you're probably like, why would that be relevant, Kaz? Because you would have to understand that the only people that were supposed to be participating in this game were men, specific men. Men that didn't necessarily have the credentials to do so, but they won the war. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Unless America currently demolishes itself to the depths of the soul and takes the opportunity of building itself up from the ground, we are always going to be that one country that built itself on the backs of war and killing. And if we can't, the only way we are going to avoid that for us is by what all of our ancestors did, which was go to war with everybody else. Literally. So we're doing that now. We've been doing that for the last 10 years. From the time period of Syria of 2009 to 2012, to entering back into Afghanistan, to taking the opportunity of Zawahiri, to going back out into Somalia. Baby, we've been booming and banging all over this damn country and nobody's paying attention. To hop, skip, and bopping over to Sudan, to sending special forces to South Africa. We've been hanging out in Australia. They sent their troops to us sitting outside of Ukraine. We were there in Ukraine in 2014. Like, everybody hears me say this, but what does this actually mean? A, Vladimir Putin is pissed the fuck off. Point blank, period. Vladimir, it's September, so let me get it crackin'. They like to pull stunts on our holidays. Kim Jong-un deployed intercontinental ballistic missiles on all of our holidays, on July 4th, near Thanksgiving, and near Christmas. And he has been silent. He has been silencio. He has been silent. Put a 1 in the comment section if we're both on the same page. You haven't heard me report on North, because I ain't got shit to report on North Korea, which is a problem. China's sitting here and having issues with their property situation. So it's the same situation that happened for us in 2008 and in this situation in 2020. In 2016 and 2017, a bunch of people were trying to make new investments. And the time period that Bitcoin started to go up and it literally catapulted, went from 30 to 60. And a lot of people thought we were finally going to get to 100K. It's because a lot of people were starting to make investments. And by a lot of people, I mean poor and middle class people. You had more numbers of people showing up, even though it was that smaller amount of dollars. That's what moved the market. That is what started to encourage the American dollar to either keep up or beat up, like get the hell out of here. And what ended up happening, long story short, is that we had a bunch of businesses that came out of nowhere in 2017, 2018, and 2019, just like you had a bunch of businesses that came out of nowhere in 1915, 1916, 1917, and 1918. Literally, baby, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, literally, came at that time period. Put a 1 in the comment section if you follow me. I'm not talking about small companies either. If we take into consideration when Microsoft moved in, ooh. If we take into consideration when Tesla moved in, ooh. If we take into consideration when Jeep moved in, bitch. Jeep was a war car. Literally, when you turn on any Jeep, it shows the 1941 logo in the corner. The bitch was made at the beginning of 1941. Could you believe that? For anybody and everybody that missed it, I got a Jeep, so I'm feeling some type of way. I used to have Monster, but now I got a Jeep, so I do my regular is hot shit. It's hot shit. I got a Jeep. So you're probably like, okay, Kaz, what's the relevance and how do we prepare for it? Well, 2 things. A, I told you that I was going to show up every single day and that you and I are going to go over our goals so we can write them down for a month. But B, as a war and genocide person that actually studied that in South Africa and had the opportunity of looking at it from a veil of ignorance, from an American point of view, it was a veil of ignorance. I want you to know I had a professor named Thierry Rousseau. Professor Thierry Rousseau was a young white African, Afrikaan, that took the opportunity of being one of the best professors at the University of Cape Town, in my opinion. And a lot of the wars and genocides had a pattern, and the pattern wasn't resources. The pattern was alliance. Can everybody put alliance in the comment section? Remember, the Civil War didn't start because of slavery. If that was the case, the Civil War would have started a long time ago. You have to remember, does everybody know that before we had the United States, it went the 13 colonies, which was from Maine to Virginia, or it's from Maine to the Carolinas, or how far you'd like to go down. And then when you take into it was a Spanish fucking country. It was a Spanish territory. For anybody and everybody that missed it, we were under Spain, bro. We were under the Spaniards. That's how they got the other Americas. Just swallow that real quick. Excuse me. Just swallow that real quick. Okay? We speak, okay? Nosotros hablamos español aquí. El segundo idioma. Ya tú sabes qué es eso. Y debajo, la otra país, como que es lo mismo. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same. La lengua, la idioma. It's the same. They might be speaking Catalan, they might be speaking Spanish, they might be speaking Peruvian, they might be speaking Brazilian, they might be speaking Portuguesa. But let me be very, very clear. Why would we be going over this right now? Why would it be of any relevance or relevance? Because of Spain and Portugal ahora. Because of Italy and Greece right now. Because of England and France right this second. I need everybody to write these combos down. Spain and Portugal, okay? Portuguesa y España. España. We're going north, we're going back, baby. Anytime the alliances start looking shifty, we start looking nifty and we start moving in different directions. But the people who pay the price are the people at the bottom. Just like when you play chess, somebody commented on one of my posts and said, they're playing chess, we're playing checkers. Bitch, could you imagine? In order for us to both be playing two different games, we would both not know the rules. And they responded out on the surfboard video, the one of them hanging the surfboard of the black surfer in Florida. So for anybody and everybody that kind of isn't picking up what I'm putting down currently right now, the only reasons why colonialism went the way that it went is because the Portuguese and the Spanish couldn't get what they wanted. And when they had a new alliance, which was England, Britain came out of nowhere and defeated the people that they were going against, the Moors. The Moors is a term in Latin that just means black. So that refers to the Arabs, the kings and queens. That refers to African kings and queens. That refers to people in Granada, Spain, to Ireland, to dukes, dukies, and all of the in between. Can everybody put Moors in the comment section? It's very important. While the Vatican right now is coming out of their mouth, this is what nobody's paying attention to. The Vatican right now is coming out of their mouth and saying they are sorry for their participation in the North Atlantic slave trade. The alliance is shifting to Africa. For anybody and everybody that missed it, Shabbat Shalom, Diana. For anybody that missed it, the alliance is shifting to honesty. When you saw England give back to Nigeria the missing bronze or what they stole during the time period of colonialism, that part. When you saw France and Portugal give back to Eritrea and give back to Somalia and to give back to Sudan and give their stuff back after they stole it and colonized it, and Congo and Uganda and Rwanda, baby, that was them sitting here and telling you, we're not going to align ourselves with the rhetoric of the United States of America to get what we need done within the economic world. That is why France, during this entire war, hasn't lost their alliance with Russia and China. Put a 1 in the comment section if you were aware that Emmanuel Macron literally had Vladimir Putin on speed dial. The ruble, BRICS, all they need is enough countries to get on board economically. Because when those countries get on board economically, they have no choice but to get on board militarily. Can everybody put a yes in the comment section if that makes sense? I would never not fight for the person I'm doing business with. That'd be insane. Let's talk about it. In the last year, was South Africa targeted for what they were currently doing? And by there's an alleged, rhetoric going around about black South Africans or colored South Africans going after white South African farmers. Put a yes or no if you were aware of it. From damn near Tampaskloof to Bloemfontein, it does not matter. Literally all the way up in the boondocks. Also, there was a fire in Johannesburg. 66 people were reported dead. That did just happen 2 days ago. So also just keep in mind that took place while Bitcoin dropped. Whatever happens to the biggest BRIC countries, you'll notice the biggest shifts with the economy. Put a 1 in the comment section if you've noticed that. Put a 2 in the comment section if you haven't, so we start paying attention to it. Did everybody see that sheet? Did I upload it? Did everybody see that sheet of the investments? Okay, do you see it now? I posted it in the general discussion. Hey, Monica on the way. You gotta love Queen Monica. All right. So for anybody and everybody that missed it, for anybody and everybody that missed it, for anybody and everybody that missed it, Chile. One of those companies that are currently on there with the highest dividend is 3M. Do you know what 3M is? Now, bitch, why would you be paying the highest dividend currently right now in an economic crisis? It's not like currently right now you're recession proof. Pay attention to the stocks I've got you currently invested in. So somebody said 3M makes sticky notes and a lot of other stuff similar. Correct, fam. But in the most recent months, Miss Monica, have they been connected to making Binax or to be making any of your PCR tests? Are there acronyms currently stamped on a lot of different masks? Are they on the medical equipment we were given for PPE? So with that also being said, let's keep getting into it, shall we? BlackRock is on that list. Morgan Stanley is on that list. Johnson & Johnson is on that list. Apple is on that list. Amazon is on that list. JD, which is a site that's supposed to allow you to search for things that you need to search for without looking like Google, is on that list. Tremble is on that list. The QQQ, which is an Invesco, is on that list. Water is on that list. Tesla is on that list. Microsoft is on that list, as well as the S&P 500 companies. Can everybody put a 1 in the comment section if you heard me? I'm not betting on the market. I'm betting on y'all. Anything and everything that we've been talking about for the last 6 months, I gave you a dollar cost averaging instead of sitting here and saying, hey, look at these stocks. We sat here and pulled them, and we are currently going over on a daily basis if they currently are taking the opportunity of moving and grooving. When the news comes out about a different virus, does 3M go up? How much? When the news comes out about certain softwares and equipment, do we have Stryker or CN going up? Makes sense? Somebody asked a question, is this a good time to start investing, or should we wait for a drop, please? So this is what I will always say to you guys, and I'm going to be transparent here, but I'm about to play them motherfuckers on TikTok like nobody been it. I'm just kidding. I'm just not going to tell them the truth. But here's what I would do. Can everybody put dollar cost averaging in the comment section? If you're going to invest, just invest. And if you're scared about investing and you don't understand it, take a small percentage currently right now, a dollar cost average. If you look at what I posted for you guys, it says $10, $10. I took $250 and I split it between 19 different stocks, ETFs, and cryptos. I said, that's how much I have to put into investment. If something happened at $250, I wouldn't necessarily be upset about it. It is a lot of money. However, I am taking the opportunity of making sure I am dollar cost averaging. I can take the opportunity of betting on that money because everything we do is a risk. Starting a business is a risk. Meeting friends is a risk. Dating somebody's son is a risk. Being with somebody's nephew is a risk. Being with somebody's daughter is a risk. It's all a risk. Some's financial, some's emotional. Some's too hot and heavy. It's all a risk. So, with that all coming together, I just want everybody to know anything and everything that I don't know what that is, Mr. Black. I will actually write that down. I don't know if you mean Jeffrey. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to come together so you and I can understand what we're about to study for the next 3 months. My prediction is currently right now, in the next 3 months, we're going to see the market crash. Can everybody put market crash in the comment section? The only way that I couldn't predict that a market crash wouldn't happen is if somehow they curved people being able to not pay their student loans. Does everybody know that student loans went active as soon as the end of August? Student loans are $1.7 trillion debt in the United States of America that accrued since the 50s. Monica, what's going on, my love? Why are you not on YouTube? You in the Discord. Monica tuning in with us from the Discord. I feel so bad. If you go on the Patreon, Monica, you should be able to comment, my love. Cool. So the market crash, all that is, you guys, is the federal government coming in and noticing 110%. Oh, I got you, fam. Okay, I'll check that. I got you. Noticing 110% that consumerism has become a deadlock. Can everybody put stalemate in the comment section? STALEMENT. Stalemate. It's become a deadlock. It's paused. Nobody's buying anything. They can't afford milk. Gas is $3.63 right now in North Carolina. I went to the store yesterday in Walmart and I looked at the bag of chips. I haven't bought chips in forever. And I saw that a bag of chips that were like 25 cents once a blue moon were like $3. Batteries, oh my God. Batteries are $10. So what I take the opportunity of doing this is prep. Because it already is currently showing in the trajectory that it's supposed to go. Gas has not gone down, medicine has not gone down, and the fact that batteries, do they have lithium in it? And I am so happy to be totally wrong on this, so I apologize. But do batteries have lithium in it? Lithium are more facts. Why would that be more expensive? Why would that be more expensive? Some do. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so some do and some don't. But the ones that do, have you noticed that the price has skyrocketed expeditiously? Hi, truth seeker of all things. And I'm sorry for holding y'all up. If you need to go to work, please go to work. Know that this will be on replay for you guys later. I just really enjoy being present. I got all dressed and ready for you because we're going to have to do this correctly. All right, cool. So all of my cameras use those explosives. You ever go to an airport and they'd be like, you have anything that lithium aerosol that can blow up in the... Anything in your bag that... Even computers. Anything that can blow up. So pay attention. That's why the United States of America was coming down on the back of Iran talking about you have uranium or lithium. That's probably why we're hanging out in Somalia and Sudan. They do have uranium and lithium. So yeah, anyways, with that being said, I need us to kind of put that as a picture. We didn't ask these states to become a part of us. We never asked these countries to become a part of us as well. Does that make sense? Oh, nice. These countries weren't asked. They went to war and they got attacked. They asked us for military equipment. We came in, we saved them, and they made a contract with us. Because they couldn't pay their bills, we made other avenues and payment plans. Those payment plans looked like business deals, and they came into treaties. Ireland is a perfect example. Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, y'all know they beef, right? They literally they're not friends. And the only reason why they're not friends is because of the age-old tale of Protestants versus Catholics. Swear it. England's got an issue with Catholics. A big one. Big fat one. Big fat one. So for anybody and everybody that didn't know, England came out, the Bank of England came out, the Church of England came out, the Vatican came out, the Vatican Bank came out, all of those banks came out and said and admitted to conducting actions within the North Atlantic slave trade. Do you know who didn't? So we're about to have an alliance battle. And that alliance battle always ends up in a war. That alliance battle starts with an economic crisis. That alliance battle grows when a situation of a civil war will embark or take place in a country that could be of interest. That country of interest is not Ukraine, it's Taiwan. The only reason why we are in Ukraine 110% is because it takes eyes off of the possibility of having to lose Taiwan and Japan, which we have had for over 50 years. There is nothing in Ukraine that we can optimize, and we don't need a military base because we have everything else. For anybody that missed it, it's a reason to say, hey, Russia and China are impeding and infringing on the world's rights. Does that make sense? And what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm just trying to be a little bit more organized. I'm going to write down what we talked about real quick. I'm going to save this live, send it to everybody else. And if you guys are okay, I'm actually going to come live again. I'm just trying to make sure I make this a bit more educational. So is it okay if I stop this live real quick and get the receipts for everything that I just said? I'm going to upload that, put that under this live, and then I'm going to come live again. Okay, all right. I appreciate you, Mary. Love you, Jess. Okay, I appreciate you to the moon and back, you guys. Okay, perfect. I will do the same thing that I just did, which was text you and let you know that I'm coming back. But I'll make sure to clue you guys in every time I'm going live so nobody misses it. All right, I'll be right back so I can get this done and over with, but also get you some receipts on your challenges. Love you guys. Have a good lunch, and I'll see you in a little bit. Just real quick.